Hello, everyone. Welcome to Magical Monday. Today, we will, as we have always do, first talk about the Nifty. Where it was, where do you think it's likely to be? Some events global event has happened during the weekend. It can affect Nifty. We'll discuss that in details, and we will discuss that on certain shares of Nifty which were positioned to make a move. Where would they be going now? This is a Nifty 50 chart, 1 day on TradingView. Each candle represents a day. So the movement of Nifty over the period of last week has been down, down, down till the last few days, where after a very strong down movement, we saw some hope of bulls taking over. So the global clues had been a shocker for Nifty. It had got it down very badly till maybe the Wednesday, wherein it really fell very down. And thereafter, we had next 2 days of reprieve. So here you can see the lowest that Nifty had gone down. And thereafter, we see Nifty moving up for the next 2 days and taking support at the 50 EMA, indicating that crossing this, it is kind of positioned to move up and beyond. If you notice, it made a higher low. So we had discussed the 1 minute, 60-minute chart earlier, is the same chart with the new movements added to this. Let us see what has happened to Nifty. It had fallen down, 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 down. It had broken the trend line support, come down even below a strong support of 1500, 19,500. But then it showed immense resilience, overcame the resistance, overcame the trend line, and now is at the support of the major trend line, which is acting at a resistance to it. The momentum was very strong, very sharp, and it indicates that maybe Nifty is now headed upwards, headed northwards. As I told you in my earlier video too, I wouldn't be calling it an upward trend until Nifty crosses this resistance zone. Maybe if it is in 19,800, maybe thereafter we can consider that Nifty has now turned around and moving positively and would be giving it a great festive season. But then this weekend, the war in Middle East is taking place. Global clues affect us. So what do we expect to happen tomorrow or today morning when the markets open? We expect there would be a fall, a gap down opening. So how much would the gap down be? Well, first 1 hour of gap down is very critical because that would decide where exactly are we headed to, how much the market has taken the effect of war on itself. The war affects the crude prices, the war affects so many other things, and naturally, global sentiments. So I expect it to be falling down, and it can take support on its 100 EMA. It can further fall down, taking support on this trend line, or further to the 19,500 resistance. This may happen over a couple of days, or it may happen even in 1 day. Thereafter, if Nifty swings back again, takes supports and starts going up, again maybe testing this trend line and moving away, then we can presume that days ahead are going to be positive for us. This is a Reliance Industries share, one-day chart, again on TradingView. Reliance too has had a journey which has not been headed north, but always coming down. Whenever it has tried to rise, it meets its trendline resistance and comes down. But overall, it has been on a upward trend for very long, and it took the support of this trend line. And we can see in the last 2 days, there was indecision in the market, and it appeared that it is now trying to push Reliance upwards. In fact, Reliance Industries has been in an oversold zone. So coming out of the oversold zone, we have found that at times the stock simply zooms fast and zooms ahead. So that is where Reliance was positioned. Middle East war changes things. With a gap down opening, Nifty under stress, will Reliance fall below this trend line? Will Reliance now go into a downtrend? Or would Reliance be able to take this fall into its being for a while and thereafter swing? Maybe it falls a little bit, maybe till 200-300, and swings ahead of this trend line. And the minute it takes the support of the upper trend line and Nifty recovers, we can see Reliance being positioned in a very profitable manner as per the charts. There's another thing that has happened for Reliance, that Reliance Retail Ventures has announced that a wholly owned subsidiary of Abu Dhabi Investment Authority will invest about 5,000 crores into Reliance Retail Ventures Limited. That's a positive, which will also play on the markets when they open tomorrow. Of course, initially it will be all about the war in the Middle East, but thereafter we would have other things helping the shares move north. Excuse me. Let us look at TCS. We had discussed this also earlier, and we had said this again in TradingView one-day chart. We had found that TCS is touching an high, falling down, taking the support of the trend line, again going up, touching high, and will it fall down is the question. So if we look at what had happened to TCS, while the Nifty was falling, it was sustaining itself for a while, and thereafter it joined in the fall, but it never did fall below its trend line. Took support there, and it slowly moved up. The downward trend line, short-term trend line, it broke major resistances significantly in a strong move with reasonably good volumes, and is now positioned again at the highest level that it has been, at the strongest resistance that it has faced till now, which is faced about 5 times. Now, with this momentum, it was pushed, and even the indicators indicated that it is likely to move ahead and across. Again, the Middle East war. This may cause TCS to fall, at least in the initial period of the morning. It can take support at 3576 or at the trendline support. In a very strong case, it can go down up to 3526. This area is critical, and this trend line is critical. If it takes the support of this and does not fall below, we are looking at a very strong move likely for TCS. In fact, TCS is considering buyback of its shares, which they're discussing on the 11th October meeting. The decision of that meeting would also play a major role in deciding the direction TCS heads. Of course, Middle Eastern war, the war in the Middle East, will hang as a domicile sword. Infosys, just another big wig of IT sector. We had seen the IT sector last week, and we had said it is positioned to go ahead and take the lead in the Nifty. Well, Infosys being one of the major players, was it going to do that? If you look back at the chart of Infosys, we'll find it's been having a fall. Whenever it tries to rise, something happens causing it to fall pretty drastically. Again, it tries to rise. Again, an ADR issue happened in the US, and again, it's taken a big fall. But at both these stages, the fall has been lesser, and it has moved up closer to its 50 EMA. And thereafter, it has gone up, even taken over its 200 EMA till until recently when global clues became bad and it joined the trend of coming down. It came down to its 200 EMA, took support there, and is now again headed northwards. So you can see Infosys is headed northward. It has only been making more higher highs and higher lows. But here comes the war in the Middle East. Will it be stopping the momentum of Infosys? Will it pull it down? Again, I feel the war would have the same effect as it had in the other ones, and it will go down for a while. It may even take support in its 50 EMA or its 100 EMA, or even worse come to worse on the trend line. If it takes a support on the trend line or any of these EMAs and returns upwards, we are looking at Infosys doing some great work. In fact, many analysts have rated Infosys as an outperformer. Morgan Stanley has enhanced its rating for Infosys, and people are now looking at Infosys as a leadership roles in the days ahead. So this is one stock I feel technically is going strong, which for those who are looking at trading and investment, you can keep this in mind. I would like to again emphasize that while I talk about how trades and investments are happening on technical basis, my aim is to teach you technical analysis and not recommend you any trading or investing views. For trading and investing, please listen to your financial advisor and take necessary action. Magical Mondays and fantastic Fridays, you have been seeing us. Weekday specials and progress meters are two things that are likely to come in soon. Weekday specials, supposing the Middle East war had taken place in the weekday in between, a major event which would disrupt your trading and investing cycles, it would have come out on a weekday special. So do subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on a weekday special, which has a big effect on your trading and investing ideas. People have asked me to do a progress meter to indicate how our technical analysis of certain stocks that we have done, how has it reflected in days and weeks that have gone by. We are working on that, and we shall soon come to you. Of course, your ideas, suggestions are most welcome, and we really look forward to it. Please send them to stockwizards4you@gmail.com. We look forward to hearing from you. So that brings us to the end of our session today. But before I go, a few things I want to tell you. The war in the Middle East, yes, it will affect us. Yes, it may cause us to go down. Yes, it may help us decide after the first hour of the opening of markets today where we are headed to, and to help us take a call where direction do we move our trades. It's an external war. It would have an effect on us, but maybe not for too long and not for too much. You remember Russia and Ukraine war is a major war, which obviously affected us and affected the markets for long. But it's case of Hamas and Israel battle. This has been an ongoing war, and this time there is just a case of an escalation. If the escalation goes into a field unknown and becomes very strong, yes, there are issues to it. Else, markets will soon take it in and start their own journeys ahead. With this, I end my session and I hope you enjoyed listening to it. Happy trading and all the best to you. Bye.